When you think of Ireland, of course you probably think of the cosmopolitan city of Dublin, Temple Bar, the Blarney Castle, or maybe even a tour of the Guinness factory. In this video, we'll be teaching you how to drive in Ireland so that you can experience all of the postcard-ready sights that Ireland has to offer and more. And that other side of Ireland, the rugged coastlines of the Ring of Kerry, a cozy pub in a picturesque village, ancient ruins along the Dingle Peninsula, is just as unmissable as some of the more popular urban centers. Unfortunately, those are not always conveniently accessible by public transportation. That's why renting a car is the way to go, at least for part of your trip. It's a way of getting a full view of the entirety of Ireland, a way to see more, a way to get closer to local life, and let's face it, to get away from those selfie stick bearing crowds. That said, you're also probably not sure about driving in Ireland. Rules, signs, and the daunting task of driving on the opposite side of the road. So, here are some top tips about driving in Ireland. Tip number 1. Cars and motorbikes, travel on the left. Likewise, the orientation of cars in Ireland is the opposite, with the driver sitting on the right-hand side of the car. While this concept may not be difficult to understand in theory, in practice, there are many nuances you should take into account when being behind the wheel. When approaching intersections, for example, you'll have to change the direction in which you look first. Also, you need to be ready for large right turns and smaller left turns. Tripiamo's Ireland driving guide and 360 videos can help you practice virtually for what it's like driving on the opposite side of the road in Ireland. You can find the link for that in the description. Tip number 2. Not all areas, especially rural areas across the country, are very well lit, or lit at all with streetlights. If you're a first-time driver going at it on the opposite side of the road, we recommend planning to drive along your route before the sun sets. Darkness, in addition to common weather patterns like rain and fog, is just an added layer of challenge that can easily be avoided. Plus, one of the best things about road tripping is taking in the scenery, and that's near impossible to do at night. Tip number 3. The good thing about driving in Ireland, compared to other European countries, is that road signs are listed in English. That's one less major hurdle to overcome. They're also listed in Gaelic, but you'll pretty much see English on every sign. Although many will be familiar to those that you're used to at home, there are some that are different. For example, you'll sometimes come across a sign that looks like this. This simply means no entry or do not enter. This is a simple one, but there are many others you should be aware of. Again, Tripiamo's guide will provide you with a comprehensive overview of them. Tip number 4. You'll see speed limits posted on the road itself or on sides alongside the road and above the road. Speed limits are generally 50 kilometers an hour or 31 miles an hour in urban areas, 80 kilometers an hour or 50 miles an hour on regional roads, and 100 kilometers an hour or 62 miles an hour on national roads. Motorways typically have a speed limit of 120 kilometers an hour or 75 miles an hour. Before our next tip, if you're finding this video helpful, please drop us a like on the video to help others find this content more easily. Our channel also regularly posts videos on great tips and tricks for traveling abroad across the globe, like how to get a round-trip ticket to somewhere like London for under $300. And yes, I did say under $300 round trip. Please subscribe to learn more travel hacks. All right, let's get back into a few more tips for driving in Ireland. Tip number 5. Roundabouts, roundabouts, and more roundabouts. Ireland is littered with them compared to what you may be used to at home. And not only are there a lot of roundabouts, you'll sometimes find yourself going through a series of roundabouts, all one right after the other. Always remember to enter roundabouts in a clockwise direction in Ireland, and yield before entering. For more detail, rules on going through roundabouts, and practice going through them, check out our Ireland driving guide. Tip number 6. Much of Ireland's road infrastructure was laid well before most of us were alive. So you'll notice in many areas, small towns, big cities, and countryside areas alike, that roads are quite narrow. In fact, many two-way roads in Ireland may just look like one-laners to you. Be cautious and know you may find yourself in an instance where you need to take turns with oncoming traffic to continue along your route. Tip number 7. The most important number to remember while in Ireland is the general emergency number, which is 999. You can dial 999 for police, medical, or fire emergencies. That's just a quick overview of some of the top tips you should know before driving in Ireland. That said, there is nothing quite like getting hands-on experience to gain confidence driving abroad. I know the pre-trip anxiety personally. as I never fully felt prepared when driving abroad myself. And sure, there are resources online, but none of them felt complete. Many were dated, and nothing made me feel like I was actually ready to hit the road. So that's why we created Tripiamo. In addition to a series of informative videos covering pretty much everything you'll need to understand as a foreigner in Ireland, with Tripiamo, you'll have the opportunity to try our 360 point of view driving tours that give you virtual practice driving in Ireland. The closest you can actually get to driving practice before being behind the wheel. This way, you'll not only learn about what you need to know, but you'll also know exactly what to expect as soon as you hit the road, including helping you reorient your mind so you're ready to drive on the opposite side of the road. Our guides have been built by travel experts, vetted by European driving schools, and reviewed by countless travelers like yourself that have done it before, ensuring you're getting the complete and accurate picture to avoid all of these mishaps. Tripiamo guides cover everything from driving requirements to local laws to etiquette to how to handle emergency situations, and even lots of ways to avoid unnecessary tickets and fines, which many foreigners wind up getting if they aren't prepared. So, if you found this video helpful, if you want to limit your chances of getting tickets, and if you're looking for definitive confidence to drive abroad, you should try Tripiamo. The best part is that you can complete everything in about an hour. Click the link in the description to access Tripiamo today. We hope you found this video helpful and have a safe and stress-free adventure in the land of luck.